EVs R Us is an electric vehicle retailer for the vehicle manufacturer Awesome Car Company. The manufacturer is encouraging customers to upgrade to their new super duper long life battery with a marketing campaign to existing customers. Customers are encouraged to contact their local retailer for the upgrade. If the customer has an extended warranty, the upgrade is free of charge, where the manufacturer pays for the battery and reimburses the retailer for labor. If not, the customer pays for the manufacturer's price for the upgrade, which includes parts and labor. So of course, EVs R Us uses Salesforce to manage their business. They have all their contacts who've purchased vehicles in Salesforce. So today we're going to be using Tristan Chris as the customer. And you can see that Tristan has purchased the EV1 sedan, which does not have a service contract, and the EV4 truck, which does have a service contract. Tristan receives an email from the marketing department instructing him to visit the EVs R Us support site to take advantage of this promotional offer. This is an experienced site with an embedded Einstein chatbot. Tristan clicks the Chat with an Expert button to launch the chat session, and it enters his information to start the chat session. In the background, the bot calls a flow that loads information from Tristan's contact record for a personalized experience. He is presented with two menu options. He can choose the repair status option to check the status of a current case for one of his vehicles, but he's here to respond to promotional offer to upgrade to a super duper long life battery replacement. So he clicks this option. In the background, a flow queries for his contact vehicle records and presents the results as a menu. He's purchased both the EV1 sedan and the EV4 truck from the retailer. His truck is running great, but he's noticed that the battery for a sedan is not lasting as long as it used to, so he selects this vehicle. The bot invokes a flow that calls the Awesome Car Company API on Cloud Hub and returns the promotions that are available for his selected vehicle. Wow, so many awesome promotions from the manufacturer. Tristan has a hard time determining whether he wants the tire rotation or the deluxe window tinting. However, he came for the super duper long life battery replacement since he's having issues with a sedan, so that's what he's going to choose. The bot doesn't waste any time and immediately creates a case for his battery replacement service. It informs him that the service department will reach out with an appointment, date and time by email, and provides him with a case number for future reference. Tristan's amazed at how quick and easy it was to schedule service with EVs R Us and will definitely utilize the support site in the future. Back in Salesforce, the process gets underway for Tristan's promotional battery service, and we'll select the case that was just created by the bot. The case object has been modified to handle scheduled vehicle services. The case now displays the vehicle for the case, its VIN number, and whether it's under a service contract or not. It also maintains a list of parts needed for the service, as well as their status. Now, since the sedan is not covered by a service contract, he'll be paying for the entire upgrade himself. Luckily, the manufacturer has some promotional rebates in place to ease his financial burden. When the case is created, MuleSoft Composer called an RPA automation that visits the Awesome Car Company retailer's private site and searches for any rebates for the EV1 BAT7 promotion that he selected. If found, the flow writes the value into the rebate amount and deducts it from the amount due. In this case, the automation found a $250 rebate for the promotion. EVs R Us uses Salesforce Orchestrator to quickly create sophisticated, multi-user, multi-step automated business processes with clicks, not code, to support the entire vehicle service process. This process includes the accounting, parts, and service departments to ensure that vehicle services are performed to organizational guidelines and standards. For our example, since Tristan is paying for the cost of the battery upgrade, the accounts receivable department needs to sign off on the service to ensure that there are no outstanding unpaid invoices or other financial issues. Since my user is part of the accounts receivable public group, I will receive an email notifying me the task. It also displays on the case page layout in the work guide. I simply approve the service to proceed to the next step in the automation process. The next step runs in the background to invoke a flow that calls the Awesome Car Company API on Cloud Hub and returns all of the parts that are needed for the battery upgrade. These records are inserted into the case parts related object, which calculates the total cost. The amount due to the customer is updated with the total cost minus the rebate amount. The parts are displayed in the related list on the page layout. Now that we know what parts are needed for the service, the part department needs to confirm that these parts are A, either in stock, or B, need to be ordered. Again, since my user is part of the parts department public group, I will receive an email and the task displays on the case page layout. When I confirm that the parts are in stock, I can refresh the page and take a look at the case details. I can now see that the case has been updated with the part status and the service can now be performed by one of the retailer's trained professionals. The final step in this process is for the service department to schedule the appointment with the customer. Again, since my user is part of the service department public group, I receive an email notifying me the task and it also displays on the work guide. I simply enter the appointment date and time. Which is then updated on the case and emailed to Tristan. As you can see, automating multi-step, multi-user processes ensures a better experience for both employees and customers. Once the service is performed, it's time to close out the case. Again, we use MuleSoft Composer to perform some final tasks. We simply edit the case and update the status to closed. The MuleSoft Composer flow runs and performs the following actions. To ensure that the customer is happy, the service department follows up with each of them to make sure there are no issues. These part-time employees do not have access to Salesforce, so each completed service is added to a Google spreadsheet by the Composer flow. Since the manufacturer is paying for a portion of the service, the accounting department must be notified when service is complete. The Composer flow sends a message to the accounting department Slack channel, prompting them to bill the manufacturer. And finally, the manufacturer needs to be notified when the promotional service has been performed. The MuleSoft Composer flow makes an HTTP post to the Awesome Car Company API to insert the service completion record.